In this four-part series, I launch my social design studio Forge of Foundations from scratch, a place where I design, prototype, and test ideas that help people grow emotionally, creatively, and spiritually. Here, I use my own frameworks that mix design thinking, psychology, and gamification. I'm starting over, using my own method to go from zero to hero in my own practice and show you exactly how I do it step by step. In this first episode, I'll share my story, how I got here, and what it actually means to start over. Hello! What up? I'm Rowan Bar. I'm starting over at 35. The story! And actually, I'm super excited. I feel so free, I feel so inspired. Why? Why would someone fucking start over at 35? Who even wants to do that? It's important to know that some people don't have a choice. Some of you might have been forced, maybe spiritually, emotionally, professionally, to really consider what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I'm here to share my story where I go from basically being unemployed because of health reasons to starting my online journey as a consultant and concept developer using my YouTube channel as a lab. So welcome to the Forge of Foundations. You sparks, you hammer slams. At one point I will come up with something clever to fit the, how do you call it? Personal brand. I am going to do a lot of things that I don't know how to do yet, but I do know how to go about them, and I know a lot about the psychology behind them. Here's going to be a little disclaimer. I'm not any type of therapist. I am a social designer. So, the story, why am I rebuilding? What happened? What happened? Well, fuck. What was I doing before? And what will I do now? So basically, my life has been kind of challenging in the sense that I have 2 degrees. I was working a well-paid part-time job at the municipality, was working on children's dreams and goals, children with low kind of success expectancy. I'm not sure how I will call this. From a low socioeconomic status, basically, in a neighborhood that I grew up. I worked as a guest teacher teaching design thinking and community building at my old art academy, and I did some other social / design / consultation related projects on the side. I was paid a lot of money. I had good contacts, I had the momentum, I was doing the thing, it looked all good and perfect, and I was really building on my life. Until I started feeling super bad, like physically. And I started losing my mental health. I was freaking the fuck out. My body it was just not working properly. And my mental health was declining with it until the point where I had to call in sick for an unknown amount of time. My mental health and my physical health kept declining over the next couple of months. I was eventually diagnosed with 2 chronic autoimmune diseases, and I've been recovering ever since. I think we're nearing 3 years. So that's what happened. I felt so lost. I lost my whole identity as a person. But I also realized that identity consisted out of mostly coping mechanisms for unsolved trauma, the behavior. So basically, a lot of behaviors that I had were unhealthy coping mechanisms to give me the right to exist. I did a lot of things to prove to people that I was worthy by showing my conscientiousness, my talents, and that part of myself. And when I fell ill, all of these systems that I put in place collapsed. And I was left with a very, very, very severe depression. Damn, man. Anyway, so I went to therapy and I learned how to rest and I learned how to create healthy boundaries, healthy relationship with myself. And then the guilt of being free or not working started diminishing. And it almost feels like my whole life has been completely cleansed of everything that I was, because I was kind of forcing my right to exist. And now I am just existing with still the healthy parts of myself, but I don't got a job. So I guess that's why we're here. I don't know if you can identify with this, but I think that a lot of people in their lives, especially millennials, I'm a millennial, I was born in 1990, the world has changed so much and we are just not getting what we were promised. And you're now like, oh shit, I have been so many things that I'm actually not. And now I want to find a way to just be me and then also to get paid for that. And that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm creating my social design studio / lab, Forge of Foundations, to be honest, to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly about starting over and my opinions on the psychology behind this and my social design methods that help me throughout my process of doing this. And actually, I'm super excited. I feel so free. I feel so inspired. That's what was I asking myself? The story. It also says, look, I've never recorded myself. Also, like, my English is a bit slow. I'm Dutch. Like, English is not my first language. Please cut me some slack. The struggle, the confusion, the burnout, societal expectations. Yeah. I mean, I compared the societal expectations to my own self-worth. We're not doing that anymore. When you start talking about a crazy idea or an idea that's unconventional, people start talking fear or lack or negativity or limitations into you. At least this is my experience. I also know a lot of people that do that. They're my ex-friends or ex-partners. And I just realize so much that people who speak lack or fear or poverty or hate or negativity or limitations or drama into you, even if it's because they don't want to see or do it in your way, that doesn't mean that you can't. In a lot of moments in my life, I've been at the point where I was listening to the lack, the fear, the poverty, the hate, the negativity, limitations, and the drama, and people were talking into me because they didn't believe that they could do it. And then I stopped there because I believed them. I believed the people with limited minds. And I realize now that when you do that, you become that. We're not doing that. I declare now that that is forbidden in the Forge of Foundations. The Forge of Foundations is where we go deeper into the fundamental underlying concepts of what it means to do, achieve, or grow into something. Self-realization is one of the main topics here. These foundations will help you realize how to remain uninfluenced and do the thing in your way, as I am doing. Concrete thinking really helps you to go from the big abstract idea to the smaller tasks you need to do in order to achieve the big goal. In the link below, you can find my Get Unstuck worksheet to apply concrete thinking to your own ideas. And it will explain the difference between concrete thinking and abstract thinking thoroughly and give you kind of a sequence of tasks and questions that you can ask yourself for free. And of course, also buy the bigger, more excessive workbook and methods. But it's all up to you. Just check out the free worksheet and you can download it for free on my Gumroad shop. This is quite difficult, actually. Thank you for watching my first episode. If you're curious about how I keep myself mentally and emotionally aligned while I build my practice and not completely losing my shit checking in with myself every day, check out this next episode, which is about metacognition, a very helpful tool that I use in combination with my self-made perspectives tool called Foundations of Perspectives, and I will showcase how I use it and how you can make one yourself.